Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach, and I help you choose growth and the healing of your inner roots. I have an intuitive message for you today. I'm going to look at a couple different things on your path, but let's get started. All right, this is the energy of where you are. Ooh, Father of Feathers. Okay. I'm going to start talking about this card before I draw the others. This Father of Feathers card is an interesting one. We have the energy of, I want to say impatience, but also it's like you need to move. You need to make some kind of move. You're feeling pressured or you're feeling pushed, like, okay, it's time right now. You feel this instinctively and inside. That message is very clearly depicted in the artwork here. You see there's a forest fire behind him, and so he knows in order to survive, he's going to have to leave. The other thing that's jumping out is the lizard in his claws. He's a dominant personality. He's got dominion over something. So in your world right now, I'm going to keep that in the back of my head because this card is telling me you're in a place of sovereignty in your world. So you are the sovereign of your world. Okay, let's look at a strength for this week and also an energy that might be pulling you backwards. Vantage, strength, and then lovers. Okay, coming as a distraction, this card. All right, so we have independence on this side versus union going on. And the Vantage card, it's kind of interesting. He's needing to leave, and yet this card is looking out into the future saying, okay, this is where I know we need to go. And so, Sag, I feel like I'm talking on a couple different levels here, possibly a couple different timelines, maybe not this literal time, because the fire element is all about forward. It's all about into the future. So when we're looking at, okay, where do I need to go? We may not be talking about something literal. We may be talking about more of a spiritual vantage point. Also coupled with that idea, this is number three of feathers. So that is a spiritual number in itself. Okay, let me get back down to earth here. Now what's so interesting is look at how they blend so easily together. So when we blend these two cards, we're looking at you having a higher perspective, you choosing to look at a higher perspective, which means you're seeing much more of the components of your life rather than your immediate concerns. So you're looking not only at your past and your present, but you're looking at your future. And you're looking at all three of them interlocking and woven together. 3 feathers here, and you probably can't see this little detail, but they're all tied together with the same ribbon. So past, present, future. Do you see where I'm going? So they're all connected in an interesting way. If you start looking at them from this detached place, you're going to start to see different kinds of connections, different kinds of insights and ways of playing with it, how the past is impacting your present in a way that maybe you hadn't seen before. But the key is getting to that higher place beyond the need to take things personally, okay? So this is looking at your life as if it's not connected to you, which is a weird thing, but that kind of I don't know if it's Buddhism or I can't exactly remember what discipline where they talk about being the observer rather than being the active participant. This guy is saying, okay, I've got to get out of the lowlands. I've got to get off of this post. I've got to get up somewhere more safe. This cheetah is up in the tree, or jaguar. I think it's a jaguar. Jaguar is up in the tree. Now, my guides are bringing something funny to my attention, which is that the jaguar has the most powerful jaw out of all the big cats. So it's stronger, size versus strength of jaw. It's stronger than tigers, it's stronger than lions. Even though it's a smaller cat, its jaw is more powerful. In fact, it can actually bite through a turtle shell like a big turtle, so not just like a little one, like a 10-foot sea turtle. It can bite through there. So I'm wondering why the jaw, the idea of biting off more than you can chew, or you can actually bite off more than what you're biting right now. So this says to me that there's a bigger truth waiting for you to bite off, waiting for you to digest, right? Because biting is here. Yeah, I'm going to have to keep asking about that because I'm not quite sure where they're going with that jaw thing. I think what I'm really thinking is that it's kind of a parody, that you may look to be one size, but actually your bite is powerful. Your bite is perhaps more powerful than your bark. So because of that, because there's this idea that you're more powerful than you realize, having this vantage point and seeing exactly how everything connects is very, very important. Let's get into the Lovers now. Let's get into where we're going here. I do feel it's connected to what I was saying to you before, the idea of being enamored or entangled, not enamored, but entangled in a partnership, entangled in the idea of looking at yourself as an other half rather than your own independent person. This Father of Feathers can't wait to get away from them fast enough, right? He's looking back at them, but his body is already moving on. Okay, so there was something, I think this is where we're getting into the jaguar. This particular way of looking at yourself within the confines of a relationship. And please keep in mind when I say relationship, it's not always romantic. It's you with another person, or maybe even with an organization or a group, something bigger, you relating to something else. That defined you as smaller. That defined you in a way which limited your capabilities and doesn't allow you to see the full self of who you are now. That's why our Father of Feathers is ripping away from their getting up here and realizing, oh my God, I've got a really powerful bite here. I've got a really powerful jaw. I could do some damage. I'm not saying that literally. You're not going to be doing damage, but it's that you have this power here that you weren't able to see back in this land of the lovers, where you were, playing a role or trying to unionize, harmonize, become one, engage in unity with another. This is the energy where you're pulling away from that right now. Okay, let's expand your story a little bit more. Departure. And it goes with our Father of Feathers leaving. And then Temperance. Okay. Still going back to that jaguar with a big bite. The Temperance is about bringing your own energies together, reharmonizing them in a healthier way. And can you see these two power birds on top? The crow, the darkness, the feminine, and the lightness, the eagle. This is now those masculine and feminine energies within yourself coming back together to harmonize with greater and greater power than before. In this relationship, you were playing out the dynamics of being on one side, whether it was the masculine role or the feminine role. Doesn't matter what the gender is. Just which role you were playing, and you were on one side of that. And what that did was atrophy the energy of the other side. But now, with this Temperance card, you're bringing them back together within yourself. The two snakes coiled around this willow look like DNA. So we're talking about personal health, personal well-being on a spiritual level. And I believe Temperance is also your card, Sagittarius, in the deck. In the traditional deck, it's associated with Sagittarius. So this is about you coming into your real self, back to your real self. Departure card, as I said, is extending our Father of Feathers card who has to get away. Departure is asking you to celebrate the culmination of a phase, that, okay, this time of being separate from the other half of myself is over. Now we're going back to blending. But what's very exciting to me is that I do feel a lot of power from these three cards, especially coming for you. It's coming for you, Sagittarius. But this bigger power, this bigger ability to be and to do and to inhabit your energy, it's coming. There's a more powerful energy, vibration coming through for you. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy and your journey with me, Sag. If you would like to learn about how I can help you go further and deeper on your journey, further than you would working by yourself, please check out either soulguidancewithadriana.com, my website, or the description below. I'll look forward to seeing you next time, and have a good one, Sag.